And we saw it back in Nashville. She's back, baby, she's back. Next week he said it again. I was like, I thought I came back last week.
The arena that once held 17,000 dreamers has only one more who remains.
Melinda Doolittle from season 6 said something interesting to me. She said, there's nothing worse than being told you did the worst on a given night, with the possible exception of being told you are the front runner or you did the best.
You never look so good as you did last night underneath the city lights.
Tell me about watching Idol auditions, seeing that experience, doing the 2 songs, and then having people toss around phrases like the one. You're 16 years old. What does that do to your brain? Do you start getting psyched out immediately? Do you think, oh my God, I'm going into this season as a front runner?
I didn't even know that Steven had said that I was the one. Right. Until I watched it in my living room, and when he said it, I almost passed out. I was like, oh my gosh.
Steven has one last prediction.
I think we found the one today. We found her. Oh yeah, we did.
I didn't really suck myself out about it because I was so excited, and it's just really cool. But I didn't really consider myself as a front runner because there were so many people that made it then. Mm-hmm. As we got further and further, you know, the more I freaked myself out about things. When I first auditioned, right. I asked Steven Tyler to sing with me. Like, right. What is that? I don't know how. Yeah. What gave me the courage to do that? You know.
Sing it.
Why you far away and dreaming?
We saw also a little confidence coming through in the group performance round during Hollywood Week of Some Kind of Wonderful, where you brought Steven up on stage, you and your group. A little bit of a risk to do that. Mm-hmm. We don't see that happen every day.
Originally, I said that we should just pull up a guy. You know, they said be really creative. They wanted something different this year. So I said it would be cute for us to pull a guy up and sing to him. And we were all talking about, like, we were looking at the other contestants trying to find a cute one. And I was like, we should just pull up Steven. And they were like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I'll ask. I'm not scared. Right. And I asked, and he said yes.
I got everything that a man could want, got all that I could ask for.
It had to be a weird experience that round because it was a pretty solid group, I thought. It was one of my surprises of the Hollywood rounds when they were like,
Lauren's the only one who's going to be going through. The rest of you, this is the end of the line.
Is it scary to see people who are performing pretty darn well going home?
That was the group performance when the 3 other girls went home. Right. Was my first kind of like shock of that. I was like, wow, this is real. Like, people are going to be going home left and right, and it could be me at any second. It was like an eye-opener.
Vegas Week, Beatles song, you and Scotty, along with Denise Jackson, performed coming out of a little phone box. Probably watching at home, it would have been hard to guess that the Idol Season 10 Final 2 were there. It was like one of the missteps of the season for you. Tell me about that. We saw you get a little bit freaked out. You were dealing with Jimmy.
The problem with that whole round is we had to draw songs out of a hat.
Oh, okay.
Which was like so random, and we pulled out, I can't even remember. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? And it was just like, we were like all falling asleep.
Okay.
It was horrible. The song's not horrible, but 3 people trying to sing it that she's R&B, Scotty's like, down here. And help me. I mean, if it was just Scotty and I, we could have probably worked it out to where it was like a country song, right. You know? But then we had her, and we had to make it fair for everyone.
Yeah.
So it was such a struggle, and we had to change our song because we went in, oh my God, probably the most embarrassing thing, besides falling down the stairs. We went in front of all these, Rodney, Tricky, Jimmy, Jim Johnson, all of the big producers.
And this is your first time interacting with them.
I didn't even know they were gonna be there, you know, and I was scared to death. And we had this horrible song. We all knew going in there was gonna be a train wreck.
Right.
We went in there and sang it for them, and they were like, from the very start.
I believe we have a problem.
Like, you guys have to do something else, because that is not good.
Why don't you go listen to songs, right? You ain't gonna win singing that song.
And I don't know any Beatles songs. And Scotty doesn't either, because we're youngins. And then Denise, that's not her style of music at all.
Right.
So we were like stuck in a sand pit, sinking fast. Mm-hmm. So we went back with one of the vocal coaches, and we were working, and then we were trying to find a song that we all knew. And the only one that we recognized was Hello, Goodbye, because of the commercial that it was on. And Scotty actually came up with it. We knew even that song wasn't going to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then they put Scotty up the octave. Which kind of threw us even more. And Scotty wasn't really comfortable with that at first. But then, I mean, things worked out. We were top 2, but it was just like that was one point in the competition where we both were just like...
It's like we just have to survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't think we were going to.
Maybe my favorite performance of yours this season, Candle in the Wind. It was a surprise for me to see you at 16 connect so well lyrically with a song that's really not about your experience at that point in your life.
We had Elton John week, and I was going through all of the songs, and I heard Candle in the Wind, and immediately I knew that was the one I wanted to do because it's about Marilyn Monroe, and my room is decorated in Marilyn Monroe stuff, which is super cool. You know, I love her.
Right.
The song is basically about the fame that she had kind of swallowed her up. People were so crazy about her that it made her crazy. And she made some not so great decisions, and then, you know, she had a young death. The first verse, goodbye Norma Jean, though I never knew you at all. You had the strength to hold yourself while those around you crawled. I'm going through this crazy journey, and I'm having to be strong, and people are telling me all the negative things about me. I mean, they tell me positive things too, more positive than negative, but you only hear the negative stuff most of the time. You know, there had been some comments about the way that I looked, you know, and stuff, and it's just like, not through American Idol, but through
the internet and the
well,
world.
not the internet. Someone called me, one of my friends. Anyway, it's just not the point. I really connected with it. I think that's probably why it was one of my better performances, because I meant every word.
I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did.